Hello and welcome back to OmniFoot TV. This is your host Noor speaking. Today's video is about Kylian Mbappe and PSG. Almost forgot his name for half a second. Anyways, this whole soap opera, this mess of massive footballing proportions, already got out of hand as soon as PSG gave Mbappe far too much power in the club. You can't treat a player in such a manner where they believe that they're above the law, in a sense. And I personally believe that the fact that these statements, all of these statements that have been going back and forth, either between Al Khulaifi and Mbappe, or either from Al Khulaifi or from Mbappe, the fact that these statements have breached or pierced the public sphere and have become a sort of soap opera for everyone to follow at their leisure, that is very low in regards to such a club having to deal with an issue like that in such a manner. It just doesn't work. It looks horrible. It makes them look horrible. Although I have to say that the Khulaifi statements have made it much better for PSG to maintain integrity and credibility. The fact that he's gone out and has been exceedingly honest, saying that okay, this is the best player in the world. We're not gonna sell him for. We're not gonna let him go for free. It's either he leaves or we sell him. You have to admire the integrity on a business level or a business from a business standpoint in general, because that is how every owner should look at a situation like this. And the fact that he was willing to go out of his way to say these words is telling, especially bearing in mind that apparently Leonardo has made a statement and you rarely ever hear from him. And he's expressed the same level of disappointment in Mbappe that Al Khulaifi has. Now, I think that Mbappe himself started the storm with this PR nightmare, or it's been a I don't even know what to call it. It's been a PR mess, a nightmare, a train of consequences that he's operating to his own downfall, really, because he's been insisting on staying, and yet he's come out and publicly lambasted the club, bearing in mind that he plays for them. So it's quite telling of his own integrity as a player. Let's just leave it at that. A player like that, I wouldn't personally want in my club. I don't care who he is, but that kind of personality, it leaves holes in the person's character. And you wouldn't want someone like that anywhere near the premises if you're trying to build a successful team. Furthermore, with statements like these making it to the surface, one can only assume, after the current current batch of statements have been made, that Mbappe is going to be made to suffer at the club. He's not going to be allowed to leave. If he doesn't want to leave, he's not going to leave, but he's not going to play. They're probably going to destroy him, keep him on the bench for an entire season, make sure he loses his fitness, he loses his mojo, he loses his sharpness. That's if he doesn't leave for Madrid early on. Bearing in mind that I'm also doubtful as to how Madrid could possibly fund the move for Mbappe currently. It's a very strange situation because Madrid have been coming in and have been entering the chat room in a sense, exiting, entering again every single summer for the past couple of years. We always get this rumor mill going. It stops. Mbappe continues playing for the club, but now it's reached a boiling point because he wants to stay, supposedly, and leave for free. Now, I'm not buying any of this. I personally believe that there is a 90% chance that he could be sold this summer. But I am still wondering how much the fee could be and if Madrid could actually afford him. PSG could take advantage of the situation and ask for a much higher asking price in general, or put a much higher asking price on the table during negotiations. And that could lead to them benefiting to a huge extent. That's if the asking price is met either way, because this is just a huge mess. We're in a gray area here. No one knows what's going on. We see everything for what it is, and it's more so vanity than anything else. It's more so an expression of vanity than anything else. I've always admired Mbappe as a player technically, but bearing in mind that he could go out and actually attack his club in such a manner, it it diminishes his credibility as a player. It diminishes a part of his potential, in my humble opinion at least. And I only like the idea that the club have managed to open the doors to a response, or to making a response that actually helps them maintain whatever level of credibility they have, because everyone's eyeing PSG. Everyone looks at PSG as this oil feeder club, or you know, the word feeder doesn't necessarily apply here, but oil feeder as in the club in and of itself is benefiting off of a huge amount of Qatari money, and they have for it's been over a decade, I think. Time really flies. So I'm not necessarily sure where this could go, but I hope it ends soon enough, because you can't have something like that around the club anyways if you're trying to succeed. And with Luis Enrique now having joined the club, he's paying attention to this and he's looking at it from afar, and he's seeing it up close as well to a certain degree. He's going to figure out how to have to manage this guy. So there's, again, now your manager is in a gray area. You have all these new signings. You have to make a great impression on them in regards to the club, so they can feel like they have something to fight for, feel like they have that incentive ready. Then you have a player like Mbappe doing that. It obviously affects the locker room. It's affected the hierarchy, but we have to look at the locker room as well. It's going to cause a rift to grow between him and his current manager. That's if they have actually communicated, or haven't as well. You don't really know what to expect there. And then it's going to cause a distraction to every other player involved. And I don't think anyone wants that. And well, that's it for this video. These have just been my thoughts on this whole situation, because I've seen this happening on and off for the past couple of days or weeks. It seems as though it's been happening for weeks. And I'll just leave it at that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you think Mbappe should leave the club as soon as humanly possible. If you think he's going to be forced into stagnation this upcoming season by just being thrown onto the bench, not being played or given a chance to perform. Or if you think he'll outright just stay and leave for free, which is going to be suicide, in my opinion, business-wise for the club. So yeah, anything you might have to say, just let me know in the comment section below. Like this video if you're new to the channel. Subscribe as well. And I'll see you next time the whistle blows. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for watching.